Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Can everyone hear me? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, thank you. Thank you all for attending our third informational session. This will be also our third year uh, working, being involved in the new Hajj system to some capacity. So, as you know, every year is a new year with new ideas, new challenges, new updates, and they're dramatic and they're drastic. And we pride ourselves, our role is to understand fully the newest updates and to explain them to you and explain what they mean in practicality for your Hajj journey, inshallah. Now, generally speaking, these updates are big and they come fast and quick. And so we try not to uh, relay the information to you until we have 100% confirmation because we hear a lot of things. I'm sure some people here hear a lot of things. We want to make sure that when we say something, we know it's confirmed, inshallah. And furthermore, we for the best way for these Hajj periods we found is to take it step by step. So we don't always, even if we may have a good idea of what's to come or how things will work, we really try and give it to you one piece at a time, the part that's relevant for you at the moment, and then the next session will go into the next step because we really don't want to give information that might either mislead or confuse or really isn't even practical or helpful at this stage in the proceedings, inshallah. So with that said, um, now the meeting is being recorded and we, as always, will post it on our YouTube channel, inshallah. Uh, let's go, Sister Shana, can you go to our agenda? So I am joined by the Adam team, Alhamdulillah, as always. You have Sister Nariman, who will be discussing the Nusuk timeline. We have Brother Khalid, who will be discussing registration verification stage, which will be important to which is where you should be. Brother Rami will be discussing package configuration guidelines. No, Brother Amr will be discussing the package configuration guidelines. My apologies. Brother Rami will be discussing key factors for choosing your Hajj package. Then I will walk you through some programs from last year just to give you an idea of what to expect in terms of programs. And then finally, we will do the Q&A session. And as always, will be one question per host. And those with immediate short questions about the actual presentation and where we are, we ask them to be first and prioritize themselves. And then the ones who have multiple questions, longer questions, can please wait till the end, and we will stay as long as we need to make sure everyone has all of their questions answered, inshallah. So with that said, we will begin with the Hajj 2026 latest updates. And there's been some significant updates. Um, Now, the biggest one has been the quota. Now, the quota, practically speaking, really won't affect uh, you on your end. It more affects the Saudi companies because what used to happen was there was a quota for example, let's say 80,000 packages to be put on Nusuk, and then only 40,000 visas actually available. So there's a lot of packages unsold, which caused chaos a little bit in the market. This year, what has happened is the Saudi companies, the Hajj ministry has decided, and the Saudi companies working in coordination with them, have put only as many packages as there are Hajj visas. Now, there's not 60,000 Hajj visas. There's about 40,000 Hajj visas. The other 20,000 is Mugamla visas, which are invitations from the Saudi government to perform Hajj. So it's a separate system that doesn't really concern this group. But essentially, every program that will be available on Nusuk is expected to be filled, as opposed to last year. There was a lot of programs that were unfilled. That won't be the case this year, inshallah. Now, practically speaking, on your end, it'll be a very similar system where there'll be a phase one, and you will have to, as soon as the American quota runs out, or whichever country you are applying from, could be Canada, Australia, you won't be able to buy. You'll have to wait until phase two. Once everyone's had their chance from all the countries, they take all the visas that are left over and create a global system, essentially, where anyone can buy whatever's left. Which is why the quota always, America was 3,600, but ends up at 7 or 8,000. This is not super critical at the moment. We can discuss it further down in later webinars. But what it means is you still need to be good at navigating nusuk, good on timing, and getting in there early, inshallah. We will still have some of these struggles if there's a lot of demand for a small amount of packages. So that hasn't changed. Now, the quota issue, I believe, is covered with the first one in each company, and there's 12 of them. And now these are the 12 authorized companies, and I will get into that in the next slide. But for now, just know there's only 12 authorized companies authorized to sell you Hajj packages from the Western world, essentially America, Canada, Europe, and Australia. So some of the issues that will affect you are the next two, is the package detail selection and the flight option. There's been two big changes. The biggest one, and the newest one, is that you will now be able to pick your camp separate from your package. And what that means for those who are familiar with the way it worked last year was last year you chose your package, then in the next step you chose your flight. Usually there was 3 or 4 group flight options, and then the step after that you would choose if you wanted adahi or wheelchair service, et cetera, et cetera. So it was piecemeal, piece by piece, before you got to the checkout counter, essentially. Now, the camp will also be separated. So you will choose your package, the package that you like the best, and then you will choose which camp you want, Majar or Mu'aysam. Now, pretty much most people always want Majar because it's closer to Jamarat, it's easier. And so that what the result will be, practically speaking, for the clients, is there's one big plus, is you can choose a package where the budget is more budget friendly, because in the past the Majar packages were much more were tied more to the more expensive programs and on shifting. But the downside will be some of these programs, especially if big groups are traveling together, um, will probably be split between Majar and Muaysam. So that could be a logistical issue on the ground, which we'll cover later, inshallah, as this becomes more clear. So that's a big one, and I'm sure there'll be questions about that later. We'll get to it, inshallah. And then the flight options for those who are familiar or were on Nusuk 2 years ago, they are familiar with Musafir and what that entails. Those who just last year really wasn't available or prominent, especially in the programs we led. But what it is essentially is when you go and you pick your package, you go to the flight options, there'll be your group seat options, group travel, and you essentially is a group ticket. It's guaranteed. You just click a button and you move on to the next screen. You will also now have the option to use Musafir, which is basically like a booking engine. Think of like Expedia or even AdamTravel.com as a booking engine within the Nusuk portal, where you will check, you have to be in line with the Hajj dates of your package, but you pick any city outside of Saudi you want to travel from, and you pick any city outside of Saudi you want to return to. If the dates match up, you basically buy this ticket right there live, and then you move on to finish your package. Now, there's pros, there's pluses and minuses to that feature. Of course, it's amazing in terms of it's going to let you, if you have to drop off kids, if you need a separate ticket, if you want flexibility in your air travel, it provides that, which is great. The other thing it does, it opens up now someone from any country can buy a package from any other country, essentially. And so it also allows that diversity as well. For example, if their friends from London want to go on a Hajj package with someone from America, something you really couldn't do last year as much, now it's open to you. The downside to it is that, one, it takes quite a while to line that up. And sometimes when we dealt with it 2 years ago, during the rush of trying to get a package, those trying to buy a musafir oftentimes didn't have enough time. And by the time they got to the GDS, either the package sold out or the quota was empty, so on and so forth. So it does delay things a bit. It's not as smooth, whereas if you just click the button for the group seat, it's easier. That's from the Nusuk perspective. From a travel perspective, of course, it's always better to travel with your group. It's more secure. There's no chance of getting confused or lost. You're with your group essentially from your flight, whether in the US or definitely from the gateway, whether it's Istanbul or Cairo or whichever. And then, of course, in the airport, it's just much easier for the group. They get met. In the past, those who were traveling on their own, essentially with Musafir, had some trouble with airport arrivals and even departures as well. So that's the pluses and minuses, I guess. And of course, as we get closer to purchase time, we'll walk you through this even more, and we'll even do a webinar where we can show you how Musafir works exactly. So stick with us, and I promise you, when it comes time to buy, inshallah, there'll be nothing you don't understand. It'll be very, very clear how everything works. We'll have demoed it, we'll have tried it out multiple times, and you'll have seen, you'll even have tried it for yourself. So alhamdulillah, we pride ourselves on when it actually is, time to go. Everyone is very, very, very prepared and knows what needs to be done and what the pros and cons are of each option. Now, that said, we want to kind of get into also our role in this as well. So if you could go to the next slide, sister, we can go to that. Okay. So I will read what's on the slide and then I'll kind of let me this timer here. There we go. I will read what's on the slide and then we will I'll discuss it in more detail in kind of practical applications. So our role is to help you understand and prepare and navigate the Nusuk system, guide you step by step through the registration process, assist you in choosing the most suitable Hajj package based on your budget, location, and duration. We do not sell Hajj packages. We serve as guides, educators, and facilitators throughout your Hajj journey. It seems pretty straightforward, but there has been some confusion. But let me make it clear for everybody. Adam Travel has no official role in the current Hajj system in an official capacity. We have always, this year especially, in the past, we have through partnership agreements. There's not really partnership agreements this year. We have always, we are providing this as a service to our Hajj and Umrah family that rely on us for Umrah, for Islamic heritage journeys, and know that we essentially know what's going on and have a lot of experience in this. And so through that, essentially in that spirit, we continue to host webinars, answer questions, and guide you through the Nusuk registration process, so on and so forth, because this has been something we've done for years, and it's something that really is in line with our company motto and what we do year round anyway. A lot of the people here have either traveled with us for Umrah or Hajj in the past and rely on us for information. And so we continue to do so, inshallah. Now, and that's really been the role of the US-based agents from the beginning, and we will continue to do so. The role of the Saudi companies is to provide the Hajj experience. We can get more into that later in later webinars because it's really not going to be pertinent at the moment. But our role is to teach you about Nusuk, teach you about Hajj, teach you about the programs, and guide you into which programs work best for you, and help answer any questions you may have, and just kind of make this system, which can be complicated, a little bit easier for you, inshallah. Now, we can get into the Murshid role and what they'll be doing later in other webinars, but yes, there will be room for Murshids, etc., and all of this. But we will discuss this later, inshallah. But as of now, that is the main thing to know. So we will continue to do webinars. We will continue to guide you, inshallah. And we're kind of going to break this Hajj, as always, into kind of like there's phases. There's the pre-purchase phase, the post-purchase phase, and the on-the-ground phase. We really just focus on the pre-purchase phase now. And as things become clearer and everything becomes confirmed, we can then guide you through the next steps, inshallah, whether it comes to who the murshids will be for certain programs, how that will work, the service you'll get, ensuring that the most important part really is ensuring that you get the kind of experience and service you've become accustomed to, and to make sure that the most important journey in your life is smooth. That's really in a high level what we're here for and what we'll continue to be here for, inshallah. So, with that said, the next slide, I will hand it over to Sister Nariman, who will go through, I believe, the timeline, inshallah. Sister Nariman, the floor is yours. Let me first, I have to allow you to unmute. Go ahead, sister.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, Brother Muhammad. So today I'll be walking with you through the Hajj Nusuk timeline, which is the expected dates, inshallah, that we will have through the process. I will talk briefly, and then Brother Khalid, inshallah, will go through every step in details, inshallah. So the first step that we have currently right now is the registration and verification, right? It's the current step that we're going from October 7th, which is when the last update came from Nusuk, until end of February 2026, which is the last day of the purchasing day. So basically, this step is going with us all over the process, inshallah. It's not too late for anyone to register now or later, until it's still open. But if you have not checked your account, the last time you checked your account was before October 7th. I think this is the time that you have to log in into your account just to make sure that if you need to resubmit the application or anything, this is the time, inshallah. Second thing, it will be, which is the second step, it will be the package configuration and e-wallet activation. That's the estimated time for that will be starting 15th of Rajab, which is January 4th. Very briefly, I will talk about what package configuration mean if this is the first time for you. Package configuration mean the time that you shop, browse, do your homework, get a paper and pen, and put everything in mind. Either it's the most comfortable package for you, the most closest to Jamarat, or the most affordable to your pocket, or the shortest in period if you have time off from your work. Second thing, it's the e-wallet activation. E-wallet activation also starts 15th of Rajab. There's two tips in here. If you looking to top up your e-wallet, you need to if you put in mind that you have two package, first favorite package, second favorite package. Let's say example, the first favorite package is 55,000 Riyal Saudi, and the second one, it's around 60,000 Riyal Saudi. So we recommend that you top up your e-wallet like at least 60,000 Riyal Saudi, inshallah, just to make sure in the purchasing day, if the first favorite package got sold out, you can go back and configure the second favorite package without spending more time on topping up your e-wallet, inshallah. The second tip, if you will, top up your e-wallet with a credit card, we recommend that you reach out to the credit card company just to make sure that if you do not have travel credit card, that might be waiving the foreign transaction fee, and that will lead for you to save more money every time you're topping up your e-wallet, inshallah. Again, this step, the package configuration and the e-wallet activation, will start 15th of Rajab, which is the January 4th, 2026, inshallah. The third step that we will have, which is the big step, right? It's after the configuration, after all the hassle. This is the day that it will pays off. Either you will secure your package in the first phase, or you're going to be going through second, third, or fourth phases. It depends on how Nusuk will be doing it and how many emails we'll be receiving from them saying that we have second or third or fourth phases. This step will start 15th of Sha'ban, which is February 3rd, inshallah, in 2026. Again, it will be coming in phases. So if you have not secured your Hajj package, do not worry. There is more times and dates will be coming from Nusuk. After this step, you'll be heading towards Ramadan, right? So basically, all we need you to do in this step is just to reflect on blessed months, to enjoy your ibadah, to enjoy it with your family, and then just get some time to relax after all this hassle through nusuk and through the steps, alhamdulillah. So there's some tips in here. First, until you receive, of course, your visa and flight ticket. First, if you want to do the meningitis vaccine and you have not done it yet, this is the time. We recommend nobody does any meningitis vaccine unless you secured your Hajj package. So, it's the time to do it. And the other thing, it's if you just want to exercise every day, just walking a little bit, just to be, inshallah, prepared to the journey. After this step, you'll be receiving, which is after Ramadan, you'll be receiving the visa and flight ticket through your email, exactly the same way that you have received the other emails from Nusuk before, which is, either you got verified or announcing the purchasing day, or any other email we get in from Nusuk. Exactly, it will be the same way. You receive the visa and the flight ticket. It will be as an attachment, which is gonna start any day after Ramadan. So please do not hassle, do not worry. You will receive it at the end, inshallah. With that said, this is gonna be the last steps that you're doing virtually. No more virtual, no more nusuk, no more hassle. And this dates that we'll be sharing now, it will be just the real life, the real journey, which is the time that Hujjaj, inshallah, will be leaving from United States, which is gonna start from May 15th to May 20th. And the return. All the Hajjaj will be expected to come back from Saudi Arabia between May 31st to June 4th. Why the days are varies here? Because basically depends on the package that you have purchased. Let's say if you got standard package that lasts from 18 to 19 days. And if you got a luxury or premium package that lasts from 14 to 15 days. But if you got premium, express package, that will last for 11 days. So that's why the days here varies. With that said, the last thing will be covered. It will be the actual performing Hajj dates, which is manasik, which is basically where you start doing your Umrah, then Tarwiyah, Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, back to Mina, Rami Jamarat. That will be between May 25th to May 30th, inshallah. I hope I covered everything. If you want to take notes, you can take now, or we will be sharing with you this information through Telegram, and also we will be posting this meeting on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I will head it over to Brother Khalid so he can tell us more in details for the registration and other steps. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Khalid.
Wa alaikum salam, Sulaiman. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Khalid, and today, inshallah, I will give you basic information to help you prepare for the Hajj season 2026. My focus today is two first steps of your Hajj preparation. The first one is the registration process. Alhamdulillah, now some of you have already created an account and registered for the upcoming Hajj season. For those of you who are new and did not start the process yet, what you need to do is make sure your passport is valid. Passport validity must be past December 6, 2026. And start your application at the hajj.nusuk.sa. Watch our YouTube video, NUSUK registration guide video, to make the process easy for you. Alhamdulillah, our team has been prepared a step-by-step video guide on how to register on Nusuk, from creating your account to submitting your application. And you can find, inshallah, this video on our Telegram channel. Also, there's a website, hajjphoto.com. So for photo, passport size, you can use the website, hajjphoto.com. It's very helpful, alhamdulillah. And the most important thing is to join our Telegram support channel. If you have any questions, you can post them there, and our team members will be happy to answer your questions, inshallah. And if you have any issue with your application, you can contact Nusuk either by raising a ticket or call them by phone. The second part I will be helping you with today is the step after you created an account and submit your application, which is the verification stage. And I understand the majority of you now, alhamdulillah, currently at this stage. So here's what to expect at this point. Expect to be verified, inshallah, within 2 weeks. If not, contact Nusuk support, either send them email or create a ticket. And if your application is already verified, alhamdulillah, and then just take a break and wait until release the packages and activate the e-wallet. If you are traveling with a family member, make sure all of you in one account. The last thing is, and the most important thing is to prepare for your payment methods. So let's say if you are planning to pay with a credit card, make sure you have, like enough credit limit. If not, you need to apply now. And now is the time to apply to like increase your credit limit, and also make sure check with your bank or credit card company. Make sure that the credit card you are planning to use, it has like zero international transaction fee, no foreign transaction fee. If not, maybe you apply for a new card without foreign transaction fees. Jazakallah khairan. And now, Brother Amr, inshallah, will go over the package configuration guidelines with you. Assalamu alaikum. Brother Amr.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Khalid. Thanks so much for that. I appreciate it. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to our third meeting for Hajj this year, inshallah rahman biznillah. And we're looking forward to help everyone to get the packages, inshallah rahman, for this year. Today we'll go over our videos for how to configure your Hajj packages. We have video for that. Can you please, Sister Roxana, can you open the video, please? Yeah, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Right now we will show how to configure your packages. Everyone he need to log in to his account. Once you already enter your account username and password, you will see this screen. And once you saw the screen in the dashboard, you have in top something called packages. You have to click on this packages here. Yeah, go ahead, sister. Go ahead. Moving on. The packages. Once you click on the packages, he will give you a different the browser. Here you can search in your packages. If you know the package's name or the package's numbers or your package's information, you have to type the packages here. Just type the package's name or the numbers, and you saw a lot of packages. And once you know this is your right packages, click on it. This is the packages. Stop. Yeah, click for view details. Once you click for the view details, he will give you, yes, sister, he will give you the, yeah, can stop here, please. He will give you the package's name and the camp, the hotels, Mecca, Medina, how many days for these packages, the packages, this express packages or 14 packages or 20 packages. And this package is going to be Majority Capsh or Maisam Camp. All the information you will see it here. And then you can move, go down, go down, and up to the ends. You will see all the information here, like the, yes, here it's called configured packages. Configured packages, once you click for the configured packages here, he will take you to for the next step. The next step is extra. This, yeah, can you stop here, please? Yeah, here is very important because here it's if your account 4 passengers. Here you have to click for 4 bed, each Mecca and Medina. If you are account 1 passengers, you have to click for 1 bed. If you account 2 passengers, you have to click for 2 bed. This means each passenger is gonna be for 1 bed. It's very important because some account has 5 clients or 4 clients, and when he choose 1 bed here, this means he choose only for 1 person, each bed per person. And once you click for the bed Mecca, Medina, even double, triple, quad, whatever you want, do it, whatever you like it. Click for next. He will give you the second page is going to be additional service. Additional service like the wheelchair, the transportations, the additional service. Generally speaking, we don't need it. Nobody can use it. If in case, if you need wheelchair, you can add it. If you don't need it, you can skip it, and then you can go for next step. Here is very important. Yes, this page is very, very important. Some packages, as Brother Muhammad has already explained that in the beginning, we have our group tickets on the packages. This one of them. This means if your packages, whatever your packages you choose, has the group ticket, it's very easy to click on it, and then he will add the price and the flight in your packages. If this package is without the group flight, you have to configure it your airline ticket from Musafir, as the Brother Muhammad has already explained that from the beginning. And inshallah, and we have more video how to configure the packages from the Musafir. inshallah, for the next meeting, inshallah rahman bi'iznillah. And then once you click for the select flights, you have to click for next. If you saw the price is going to be add on the flight informations. This one also for the transportations, you have to choose it. You have to click on it because this is the transportations for the train or for the normal transportations or for whatever. You have to click on it and then click next. Once you click next, you already save your packages in your e-wallet. Can you hold on a second, please? Once you click next, this means you already save your packages, you configured your packages. Once the Nusuk Inshallah Rahman goes live, you don't have to do the whole processing again. Once you click in your packages here in your saving or in your dashboard in your left hands, you will see your packages. Click on it. Once you click on it, he will give you just the payment. When you click the payment, your package is gone, you get it, and congratulations for Hajj, inshallah rahman biiznillah. Thanks so much, everyone. And we hope, inshallah rahman biiznillah, we saw everyone there for Hajj this year, inshallah rahman.
Nariman,
Brother
can
Ram,
you? I'm gonna step. Nariman, 1 second. Just I want to replay the video. That video you just showed. So just pause right there. Amru and Nariman, amazing job. That's really hard to do to to time up your speaking with with her stopping and pausing. I think you explained it really well, but just to give everyone kind of an idea of how it works in real time, we're just gonna play the video with no essential audio, just so you can kind of see this is how you were able to configure a package last year. Amu did a really good job of kind of walking you through it, but we had to chop it up so we could stop and show you each part. I think it would be beneficial for everyone to see it one time real quick. So if you could just play it, Nariman, and then Rami, you can go on after that.
So if you are going for Hajj for the first time, you will see a lot of packages. You won't know how to proceed, which package should I choose, this camp, how far is this camp, how far and how good is this hotel. So inshallah, when the packages are available, you will see them on Nusuk, and you will see the details of these packages. So we'll walk you through on what to put your focus on, inshallah, to help you to choose the right package for you. Number one is the budget. So of course, this Hajj is not it's cost a lot of money. You need to each one of us has different budget, so you will find a lot of options based on your budget. Inshallah, you can choose. Basically, or to give you just a rough idea on prices from last year, prices were approximately starting from $10,000 US for the standard packages, and excuse me, the premium ones started about 12, 13,000, and then the luxury ones started on approximately 15, 16,000 US. So inshallah, you'll see the options. You can look at the at your budget, and based on that, you can choose. When I say standard, premium, luxury, or standard, deluxe, and luxury, these are basically focusing on the hotels, the quality of the hotels, and the locations. So you'll see another thing called Zone A, Zone B. So Zone A is hotels, 5-star hotels, right at the Haram line or across the street from Haram. Zone B would be within, I would say, 5 minutes walking distance for 4-star hotels. And zone, I believe it was Zone D. It's hotels that a little further from Haram with more walking distance. So inshallah, that's something to consider when you are trying to choose the right package for you. The travel duration. Some of us are retired. They just want to go and spend as much time as possible. Some of us have limited vacation time. It could be 10 days, 15 days. So inshallah, based on how much time off you can take, you can choose the right package for you. As Sister Nariman explained before, most of the programs you will see it's either 10 days, 11 days with a travel. That's the express, and then you go to the other packages, which is approximately 14, 15 days, and then there's the standard ones, usually approximately between 18 to 20 days. That's the full duration of the package. The hotel stars rate and proximity to Haram. Again, that's you need to know how far is the hotels in Mecca and Medina from the Haram. Is it walking distance? Is it you might need like some hotels about 15 minutes? Can you do it? Or some hotels offer shuttle service, some don't. So that's something to consider when you choose the package for you, inshallah. One of the most important thing is the Mina camp and the location of this camp. So in general, there have been only two major camps, which is Al Mu'aysim and Majar al Kabsh. Let's start with Majar al Kabsh. Majar al Kabsh is the closest camp to the Jamarat. So during Hajj days, inshallah, during you're staying in Mina, this camp, you will be throwing the Jamarat 3 days in a row. So this camp is approximately 10 to 15 minutes walking to the Jamarat. Very easy access. You go through the Jamarat, get back to your camp. That the whole process takes you approximately 20-25 minutes. The services are good services usually, and this applies to all the other camps. It's open buffet style, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. In the tents itself, the number of pilgrims in each tent usually is less than the other camp. So it's a very good camp in regards to the location. So if you cannot walk that long, so you can consider the Majar al-Kabsh camp as or any package that has Majar al-Kabsh camp, inshallah. The only thing about this camp is the space is limited. So we are looking at 5,000 spots in this camp, while Nusuk offer 60,000 spots in all over these countries. So, that's something to consider. That's your probability to purchase a package with Majar al-Kabsh camp could be less than purchasing a package with Al Mu'aysim camp, which is the next one. Al Mu'aysim is similar in the services, I would say. Buffet, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can expect the size of the tents. It's been it could be a smaller tent. It could be a larger tent too, but it's it depends on the tent that you will be located upon arrival to Mina. So in regards to the main thing about this camp is the walking distance to the Jamarat. So you're expected to walk approximately 1 hour, 50 minutes to 1 hour walking distance to the Jamarat. And you'll be doing this 3 days in a row, as we mentioned. So if you have any issues with the walking, if you are a person that need a wheelchair, so you might think twice about this camp. Another option, if your budget match the price of this camp, then you can consider it, and you can hire someone to throw the Jamarat on your behalf during the Hajj days, and you can stay at the camp as well. So that's something to consider about when choosing the package, inshallah. The last camp, which is the new camp that was offered last year, the Kidana Towers. It's located approximately in the middle between Muaisim and between Majar al-Kabsh. So the walking distance to the Jamarat approximately 25-30 minutes. So inshallah, the location is good. It's basically apartment building style. It's a hotel style buildings that's just got. They started this last year in Mina. It's on the higher end of the services in regards to all the services. Um, the transfers during the Hajj days is by bus, a private bus for this camp. Al Muaisim, you can expect to have the government buses, they call it, or um, the shuttle bus, which is basically will take you from the camp to from Mina to Arafah to Muzdalifah back to Mina. The only camp that offer the Haramain train, sorry, the Masha'ar train, which is Majal al-Kabsh. So from this camp, Majal al-Kabsh, it's the Masha'ar train, which is basically non-stop train. It stops at each location just a few minutes. And inshallah, these are the information that you can expect about these camps. The other thing is the accommodation types in Mecca. And this is one of the main terms that you will hear all the time about the Hajj packages, which is shifting and non-shifting. So what does this mean, shifting and non-shifting? You can expect these terms to apply to the Al-Muaisim camp and Majar al-Kabsh camp. So the shifting, or let's start with the non-shifting. Non-shifting means that you will stay at when you go to Mecca, you'll stay at the same hotel. You will not change the hotel. So if your programs start with Medina, or if you start with Mecca, and you arrive to Mecca on 7th Dhul-Hijjah, a day before the Hajj starts, you will get there. You will stay at this hotel. You will check in. You will leave your luggage. The next day is Eid Dhul-Hijjah. You will start the Hajj days. A bus will come take you to Mina. So your luggage, all your belongings will stay at this hotel. You do not check out. That's your hotel until you finish Hajj. This will be your hotel, inshallah. Or all your luggage stay there. No luggage can go to Mina, of course. So on this, with these programs, it's a little more expensive than the shifting. It's more convenient. During the Hajj days, you will have access to these to your hotel in Mecca. So if, let's say on Eid day, if you do tawaf, if you did the Jamarat, and you go inshallah to Mecca to do tawaf al-ifada, you do the tawaf, you go to your hotel, you take shower, you cut your hair, you finish the ihram, you spend your day in Mecca, then you go back to sleep in Mina at night. The next day, when you come to after you throw the Jamarat, you have access to the hotel, so it's optional. You can go to your hotel in Mecca, spend your day there, and then at night you go back to sleep in Mina. So it's more convenient. It's a little more expensive, but it provides a more comfortable option for you, inshallah. The other one is the shifting packages. So shifting means you will go to Mecca, right? But on the 7th Dhul Hijjah, before Hajj starts, you will check out. So if your program start, let's say in Medina, and then you went to Mecca, you did your Umrah. So you checked in at the hotel in Mecca, you did your Umrah. You might stay 2-3 days based on your program, and then you finished your Umrah. You stayed in Mecca for these 2-3 days. On 7th Dhul Hijjah, before Hajj start, you will check out from this hotel, and you will move to a different hotel. Usually, these hotels are located in a place called Al Aziziyah. Aziziyah, this is basically a place very close to Mina, within walking distance to Mina. It has a lot of hotels, a lot of apartment building style hotels. Most of them are 3-star, 2-star hotels. So the services are not similar to the services you get at the hotels in Medina or Mecca. So that's something to expect. Location wise, it's very close to the to Mina. So you finish when you stay in Mina, when you go through the Jamarat. After you throw the Jamarat, you can just walk to your hotel. And most of these buildings, some of them are a little further, so you might need a transportation, but most of them within walking distance. On the so it's less expensive. The mostly you'll see the prices that are there's a difference in the price between these programs and the other non-shifting programs. So it's more affordable. It's something to consider if you are requires more walking, of course. So if you are a healthy person and you can walk and your budget is limited, this would be a good option for you, inshallah. I believe that was it. Jazakumullah khairan for listening, and I believe Muhammad, inshallah, will provide more insights on some of the programs we had from last Hajj season.
Yes, thank you, Brother Romy, for that wonderful information. I will now try to kind of take all that info and give you a practical idea of how this will affect you, so on and so forth. Sister Roxana, can you share some of our packages from last year? If not, let me know. I have it. I can share it on my end. It's just easier if you can share it on your end. First thing I want everyone to pay attention to is when the packages do come, inshallah, and there's going to be a variety of them, and I'm going to walk you through a few just to give you an idea of what to expect. You're not going to see the Adam Travel logo. You don't see it on Nusuk anyway, but you won't see it this year on any of the programs, and you won't see it from any of the Hajj companies you're used to working with for Umrah. They will not be involved with the name on at all. Now, so these Hajj companies have a lot of good murshids and a lot of the imams you've come to love, because Hajj is really one of the most beautiful things about Hajj is it really takes the whole Muslim global community to make it work, whether it's the Hajj providers in Saudi or the imams or the guides who are often just as critical, who understand some of the ground logistics, especially from the origin country. These individuals, inshallah, all have a passion for it and they'll all be involved in some capacity. And we can kind of, as things progress, it'll become more clear which murshid is where and which programs to focus on. But for now, don't expect to see this, and you won't see the clock tower either because they're not involved this year either. Now, there are only 12 companies authorized to sell you Hajj and put them on Nusuk. These companies are Rawaf al-Mina, Duyuf al-Bayt, Ithra al-Khair, Ikram Yusuf, or Ikram Yusuf, I believe, or Ikram al-Mashar, I'm sorry, and Sira. Those are 5. Then you have Al-Rajhi, MCDC, the 8th one, I believe, is Saudi, and then you have Abdul Latif Jamil, Durra Diyafa. I believe the last 2 would be a Holiday Inn, and the final one is Yusr Mashar. So these 12 companies, what do they have? They have Why are they authorized? These are very, very large companies, Saudi owned. And for example, if they were either previously mutawifs who used to do the camps, or they own hotels. For example, MCDC owns the Mecca Hotel, which I'm sure a lot of you who've been to Umrah have seen. It used to be the old Hilton. Nur al-Diyafa owns the Makarim Hotels, and Abdul Latif Jameel owns Anjum. They own an airline. Saudi Air is an authorized Hajj dealer. So essentially, they have to own a large Hajj vendor, essentially, to kind of guarantee some space for you there. That's the companies that are allowed to sell Hajj packages. You do not pay anyone directly for Hajj. If anyone asks you to send in payment, that is not authorized. All payments are made directly on the Nusuk platform. I know this is 101, but I think it should be said. And that's who you're dealing with, and that's who you've been dealing with the last few years. And there's a large emphasis on that this year. I don't think it's critical at the moment to get into more detail than that, but it's something to note, and we will discuss further in later webinars as how to proceed. Because I know everybody at the end we want to make sure we get a really good program that works for us, that's well guided, that's going to take care of us. And inshallah, we will guide you to that, inshallah, in our capacity. But those are the companies that are authorized to sell Hajj. So anyone outside of that scope who's saying pay me, or avoid that. Now, Al Burj 07. What this is one of really, there's going to be essentially three main packages that'll be offered in the luxury component. These are luxury programs. As Brother Rami pointed out, there's luxury, premium, and standard. And for the most part, Americans focus on luxury. Luxury doesn't always mean most expensive. Luxury really just focuses on the hotel types and where they're located. But generally speaking, the luxury market is where the Americans and the Canadians put most of their energy. So this is the programs you're going to see for the most part from most of these companies. And you want to kind of focus on these because these are the ones that are going to be targeted towards the American market that will have group flights from America. And so you, even if a package works better for you, but if the group flight is from Paris or Berlin and there's Musafir, I certainly wouldn't advise you to try and buy from that program because the imams will probably speak French or German, and it won't be the kind of experience you're accustomed to. The way they approach Hajj, even though it's a global market from Europe, might not be the same way they approach it from the US. So you're going to want to focus on packages that have group flights from the States, which will generally be luxury. So there is going to be essentially a non-shifting standard, or a luxury non-shifting, a non-shifting express, and a shifting. Those are the three. Now, this one is the luxury, you could call it standard. Non-express is the way to think about it. The important thing to note is it's 2 weeks. The main difference between this and express is the amount of time you spend in Mecca. It's more. And what that means is essentially, this package essentially comes in two forms. Either it's you arrive 1 Zul Hijjah into Medina, and then 4 Zul Hijjah, you would go from Medina to Mecca, or you arrive 4 Zul Hijjah into Jeddah in Ihram, go straight to Mecca, and then 14 Zul Hijjah, you would go to Medina from 14 to 17 Zul Hijjah. That's the two ways this package is presented. Now, in the past, because this package can be more costly. Why? Because you spend more time in Mecca, which is the most expensive part of the program, is the room in Mecca. So this package can be more costly. So in the past, there was a more of an emphasis on the express, the shorter one, because it was a little bit more affordable. But this year, given the quota package match and how much easier it is operationally to execute this program, I really imagine you're going to be seeing a lot more of these than the express. So you're probably going to want to time your vacation, time your program around something like this, the 2 week program. There's going to be a lot more of these because they're just easier to do. The 4 to 7 Dhul Hijjah is a little more complicated because they want to avoid Azaziyah as much as possible this year. And if you get the express package, there has to be a Azaziyah package with it for somebody else. And so I think they're going to just focus on these ones. So this will be the majority, will be my guess, inshallah. We'll see as the packages get released and we'll update you. The bonus, the beauty of these programs is you arrive in Mecca for Dhul Hijjah. That's enough time for you to do your Umrah, get some rest, pray at the Haram, and prepare for Hajj. It really is, in my opinion, the ideal package for a complete journey. Every year, I would say that there was less of them and they cost more. So if it wasn't budget friendly, I would say avoid it. But it is probably the best way to get it. You keep your room in Mecca during Hajj, as Brother Rami explained, and you can go back and forth from Mina to your hotel room. And also, when your Hajj is over, you have an extra night or two to get some rest, do your tawaf, and stay in Mecca as well. So you leave from Mecca to your flight for the most part. So this is it's called Program 7. You'll see a lot of it. And this is again 1 to 4 Zulhijjah, 4 to 17 Zulhijjah. And these were the prices last year. I anticipate the prices this year will actually maybe be less, inshallah. There's been a big focus on keeping the prices low this year. So at the very minimum, I don't expect the prices to jump. But if you notice, this one doesn't include the flight or the heady cost. The flight usually is between 10,000 to 11,000 rial, give or take. So you can add that on. And if you want to convert it into dollars, just divide by 3.74. So a quad, this package was 65, and this was about as expensive as it got. Because remember, this one's in Fairmont, a very expensive hotel, from 4 to 14. So 65 plus 11 is 76,000. If you want to do the math, 76,000 divided by 3.74. So with the flight, this package in a quad room for a single bed was around $20,000. And this is about as expensive as it possibly got. So you're going to get a big drop probably from this package in prices this year. Expect to pay less, inshallah. I'll go to the next slide. Bear with me here. Let me see if I can you guys still see my screen? If you can't, just let me know. Yeah, I'm sharing. So I believe, here we go. Let me go. I did 9 and 10. So these ones were the express. 9 was the same as this one, so I skipped it. And what these ones were, and this was probably the most popular programs last year, and continue to do so because you get the non-shifting luxury hotel in Mecca, but you get it from 7 to 14. So what that means essentially is you arrive in Medina for Zulhijjah, so a little bit later. You spend from 4 to 7 Zulhijjah in Medina, and there's no Mecca first for this program. It's all Medina first. And then on 7 Zulhijjah, you would leave your hotel in Medina and go to the hotel in Mecca. And most people, depending on the Hajj they would do, most people do a Hajj tamattu, which means you do a Umrah first and then you do your Hajj. So you would do 7 Zulhijjah, they would arrive, do a Umrah, get a little bit of rest, not too much, and then the next morning they are right to Mina. So it can be a little more exhausting, a little less time Mecca before Hajj. It wasn't ideal, but it was quick, convenient. People enjoyed it as well, and it was cheaper. Now, this one, of course, Swiss Maqam is not the same price as Fairmont, so you got to take that into account when doing the price. But just off the bat, if you add the flight on this one, you're looking at the quad bed would probably be around, if you add 11,000 again, in the range of around 17,000. So that's a $3,000 difference. So it's significant. So again, a little bit cheaper, a little bit faster. These packages will still be available, but there will be less of them. And depending on how everything gets priced, I do think the 1 to 14 packages and 4 to 17 will be priced a little bit better, more budget friendly, and I would recommend people go for those. But this will also, I believe, be available as well. But my guess is a little less of them. Now, the third package that comes up in this is the shifting package. Let's see, this is exactly how a shifting package will look. And what the shifting package is, it's a 2-week package. And usually it's 1 to 14 Zulhijjah. Now, the main difference in the shifting package is you arrive in Medina from 1 to 4 Zulhijjah, very similar to the standard one, that's 2 weeks. 4 Zulhijjah, you go to Mecca, no change either. And then, but on 7 Zulhijjah, you leave your hotel in Mecca and you shift. That's the big shifting. You shift from your Mecca hotel to Azazaya building. You can see it on your right. And Rami explained it perfectly. These Azazaya buildings, while some of them can be located conveniently next to Mina, which is an advantage, they don't often have the same amenities. They never have the same amenities as the Mecca hotels, whether it's dining, bathrooms, etc. They're not of the same level as these 5-star hotels. And so it's a drop a little bit in quality. So people don't love that, of course. But there are advantages. You're close to Mina, and Azizaya does have a lot of shopping and coffee shops and restaurants, and it does have a nice little environment as well. There's a very nice Hajj energy to Azizaya during the Hajj time. So there are advantages as well. And of course, the biggest advantage would be that the price. I mean, if you look at this one, the price is probably going to be around, if we do the math here, I have my calculator out for all of this. You're looking closer, the quad bed with the flight will be closer to around 13 to 14,000. So you went from 20 to 17 to 14. That's a general idea of the jump. Again, the hotel for the 20,000 package was a little bit more expensive than the one for the Express, but the Express, the shifting is about a $3,000 difference. That's right in line, and it's even the same hotels for the most part. It's actually the exact same hotels. So now, the shifting can also come Mecca first, which means you basically just arrive in Jeddah with your ihram, go straight to your Mecca hotel from 4 Zulhijjah to 7 Zulhijjah, go to your Azaziyah building, and then afterwards you would then 14 Zulhijjah leave Azaziyah to go to Medina, spend 3 days there, and then leave your flight would leave from Medina. So while there are a lot of other programs, there's the 40 prayer, there's stuff that's like 20, 25 days. There's programs that are all Azaziyah. So there are other programs available in the Nusuk world. These are the main ones that really focus on the American market. And this is probably what you'll see, and you'll end up more than likely in some version or another of one of those three packages, really five if you count Mecca first, Medina first. It's really five varieties. That's what you should learn, focus on, and that's more than likely what your Hajj will look like. So these are the packages that come, and they're kind of built like this on Nusuk. And we showed you the video. You would choose one of these programs, configure it, and then save it. So I believe with that said, let me stop sharing. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of how the packages look, what they consist of, what to expect. And thank you again. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Sunday, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. And we look forward to hearing from you on Telegram, or you can contact us by phone or email, inshallah. Until the next webinar, assalamu alaikum.